People always ask, where did we get the name Blue Water Climate Control? When a Navy ship casts off lines, exits the harbor, and loses sight of land, that's blue water sailing. It takes a team of people to do that. Tireless work, focus, and attention to detail. So much of starting a business is just like that. After it's done, you get filled with deep satisfaction for accomplishing something. And it's quickly followed by, now the real work begins. We're Blue Water Climate Control.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Collective Unfiltered. I'm one of your hosts, Jay Boogie. Got the homie Lex in the building. And of course, another Lady Vol, Andrea Carter. Lex, say what's up to the people.
What's up, people?
What's up?
Hope everybody's doing well.
Of course. And of course, we have Draya Carter. But before we do that, of course, we got to give a quick shout out to all of our sponsors. Of course, Blue Water Climate Control. We also have Alexis. Oh, we got the gold standard fitness and sports performance training. You switched the order up on me, Carter. All your fitness and sports performance needs here in Atlanta, Georgia. Was good. We also have Alexis Hornbuckle basketball in the building. Remember, y'all stay tuned. We got some collabs coming up, so make sure y'all stay locked in for that. We also have Just Pass It Tutoring. I got Nelson Garcia down in Miami. Learning Made Simple, all your SAT, PSAT, and ACT needs, as well as math tutoring. And of course, our girl Terry Holder, Orange Mountain Designs. Make sure you go check out the store down in Alcoa. And of course, we have the meet and greet with our very own Lady Ball basketball, Lady Ball softball players coming up this weekend. Go check them out, 12 to 3 p.m. Get autographs, get t-shirts, put some money in their pockets as student athletes. And of course, none other than Billy Ratliff's Tap 40 Grill Sports Bar Experience. Coming soon, come football season. Make sure you're in the building. Lex is working hard, putting things together, cleaning, all that good stuff. So make sure y'all go check it out. And y'all are active in these comments already.
What'd you say, bro?
I said they are active in these comments already.
What's up, everybody? We got our regulars in here: Renee, Bev, Doris, Donna, Jessica. Is that everybody right now? That's who we see. Dre, I think you can see the comments as well. Donna said, Donna Harrison. Hey, Dre.
I see him. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Jessica, for the congratulations. Donna, what's up? Yeah, I see him popping up.
Awesome. So, Dre, number one, thank you for hopping on. You're busy, man. You busy. Books like, hey, listen, she ain't hit me back yet. I don't know.
Right.
What?
Big time.
I feel like I got back to you.
Yeah, last week.
Oh, you mean about? Oh, yes.
It's okay. You big time. I know you got to prep things.
No, once it's in my calendar, I'm good. I'm really good.
Okay. So Draya, tell the people what's up. What you been up to? Of course, we'll get into your new gig, but how's it been doing WNBA?
Oh, it's been so fun. I was talking to, thank you, Beth. I appreciate that. I don't know who I was talking to. Who was it? I can't remember who I was talking to literally just the other day, but I was like, it's crazy because I'm talking about my friends. Like, I'm in the studio watching my friends and talking about my friends. So it's just wild. Like, especially when I talk about my teammates from Tennessee, or, like I did a breakdown or I did a highlight and it was on Diamond, or I mentioned Dallas's win and talked about Izzy having an amazing game. And so, when I'm talking about people that I know, and I know the hard work that they put in, and then just through knowing people in the league, I know everybody in the league puts in so much work. So it's fun. It's really cool to watch the film, find something that I see, and find a way to show it to the people at home, so the people at home can appreciate the game even more and appreciate the players even more. And I feel like that's what I'm trying to do. You may not notice this, but watch how she cuts this way instead of this way. It's such a small thing, but it's hard to do. And a lot of players may take the shortcut route, but these players don't. So it's fun. I could really go on and on about how much fun it is. The producers really trust me. So like before we have a show, I'll just send them something. I'll be like, hey, I noticed this. I want to talk about the sparks. I want to talk about this duo. Here are the plays. And they just trust me and they just roll with it. So I think ESPN's been really great at just trusting me to have good things to talk about. And I don't ever really feel boxed in. So yeah, it's great.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's what's up. Well deserved. As you see them, they're flooding in, telling you congratulations, well deserved. You make Lady Ball Nation proud.
I was just about to say, damn, Lex, she getting more comments than we get. Come on, y'all.
We might have to stop the interview. Donna, you said you missed me at the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. I was there. I slid in. I was in the back at the induction, and then I stopped by the actual Women's Basketball Hall of Fame for a brief moment at the end.
Popped in a quick appearance for Alexis Hornbuckle. No surprise.
She made her entrance and then did that.
And her exit.
Well, hey. What are you doing? All that good stuff.
But Draya, so what's the difference between obviously you did SEC women's basketball. What's the biggest difference sometimes in doing the women's NCAA games and doing WNBA games? Or is there a big difference?
Yeah, like when I'm talking about the pro level, I think everything is so crisp. It's so crisp. It's so it's just next level. Like you think about the play, the elevation of play, and the way that they see each other and find each other. Like it's just very, I would say, polished and crisp. Whereas the college game for me is more. It's like the college game is like fun. It's heartfelt. It's when I think about college basketball, I think about the family aspect and how together they are and the team aspect, and it's just like it's just a different experience. The players are having a different experience, and I feel like the players are trying to come together and they're trying to figure it out, and they're kids, and so you talk about them in a sense of their potential, and you talk about them in a sense of what's to come, and them at the next level. Whereas at the pros, they are where they are. They're at the top. And so you're talking about kind of the best of the best. And where it is like potential of the season or potential down the road, you're really just talking what you see. And I feel like that's a little different than the college game. So it's fun. It's a totally different experience. But still both of them for me are so fun to talk about.
That's what's up. Y'all have me dying in these comments.
Maria, I'm trying to please.
Maria's on you.
I'm gonna pop Alexis in the head. Dang.
I walked in with a mask, and then when I started talking, I took it down because I wasn't screaming. Y'all hear my voice right now? I'm still recovering. All right. Alex Fuller was in town. I saw Michael Scruggs, former practice player, Brandon Warlow, aka Rick.
Not Scruggs. Wow.
Michael was in town. And we thought we were back in 2008. So I'm hurting. And that was Saturday, and I'm still hurting. I can't do this. I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah, you're getting old. You're getting old, sis.
Up there, man. Tell me about it. I ain't lying. Look, when you called me, so I thought I set an alarm, but I didn't. And when you called me, I already knew. I was like, no, I was asleep.
You were at the house. I can't.
Listen, I had Kelly this morning at 7. I'm training Kelly right now, Drake. She's about to go to Ukraine on the 31st.
You know about Kelly Kane?
Yeah.
Got it.
So I knew I was gonna have a crazy day. I got friends visiting from Texas. I had Kelly. I got stuff at the restaurant. So I'm up at like 6:30 this morning, train her. So dead. I had to come home and sit on the couch, and me and Chica took a 30-minute nap. Go to work, the restaurant. I'm on ladders. We moving stuff, all that. Just killed my shin. Y'all know I don't do bugs, right? I thought I was carrying these chairs outside, the patio chairs, and I thought I felt a bug on my shin. I thought I felt a bug on my shin, right? Boy, I kicked my leg, took all the white meat. I mean, man, listen, a gas. Yeah. So it's been a rough day. Then we go floating on the river. I got flipped by the current. Scraped my bunion.
Who let her in here? Who let her do this?
See, Draya, this is what I have to put up with
Right.
on a regular basis.
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it, but I'm sure it's a good time.
Oh,
it's
man.
always never not an eventful moment. But since our Lady Vol faithfuls are very much up to date with your whereabouts, Draya, we might as well just go ahead and talk about this before we give a little sponsor break. But obviously right now you're doing some WNBA basketball, but this fall you got a new little gig.
Yes. So I will. It's my first season as a part of the college football team. I went full time with ESPN this past May, meaning like I'm year round. I'm on salary, but with being full time, I also went unlimited. And unlimited, thank you, means that anyone can pull me. So like they're like bosses in every area. So there's like football coordinators, there's WNBA coordinators, there's radio. I've done some radio stuff. So anybody can pull me, and if my schedule is free, I can do a ton of different things. And so the football team kind of locked me down for every Saturday as a football sideline reporter for the next 13 weeks. So my life is about to get busy. I'll do sideline on the field on Saturdays, and then Alyssa Lang, who does a lot of SEC network stuff with me in the studio. Last year, she had a football show. It was 30 minutes on Saturday mornings. They've moved it to Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. They made it an hour, and they added me. So we're going to host a show together on SEC Network. So Wednesday nights, SEC Network, and then Saturdays, it'll be whatever football field I am on. Texas A&M, September 1st will be my first football game at Texas A&M.
All right. College Station. So now, normally you got an iPad, a computer, a TV, and your phone watching different games. Does that mean you're not watching football?
I'm definitely watching football. I've been super tuned in. I made like note cards for football of all the coaches and all that. I mean, it's like a whole different world, SEC. I could talk SEC basketball, what Tennessee was like 3 years ago. I could tell you what South Carolina was like 4 years ago, but with football, it's all new. And so obviously the longer you're in something, the more it becomes like second nature, but football is, first nature for me right now. I do understand the game. My dad was a football coach. So I grew up around football, but knowing the history and the coaches and who likes what, like if I said I wasn't nervous to interview Jimbo Fisher, I'd be lying. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a challenge. It's really cool. It's just kind of a tangent, but when I had to stop playing basketball, I missed having something to work at and train for and be good at. And, football for me, I have to work at this. I have to work to be good. And so it's going to be a good little challenge, good little season for me.
All right. Jessica said, do you know if football will bring you back to Rocky Top?
I hope so. I don't know. Honestly, the schedule, the way it gets released, it's kind of last minute, honestly. Like I know my first 2 weeks, but after September 11th, I couldn't tell you where I'm going to be. So I don't know. I hope that they let me go back to Knoxville. I doubt it, but I do hope they will.
Why? Why you say you doubt it?
I feel like sometimes, for first-time reporters, they don't want to send you back to where you came from just because, bias or anything like that. They might, but I also I don't really get sent to Knoxville for basketball games, so I don't know if I'll get sent to Knoxville for football games. But I want to be back in Neyland so bad. I did radio this past Saturday from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. And in the last hour, I convinced the producer to play Rocky Top on the radio, and it was great. So I miss it. I do miss it.
Nice.
That's awesome. Hey, Carter, real quick, let's go into our second shout out to our sponsors. Let's make sure we all got a job tomorrow. Of course, we have Alexis Hornbuckle basketball right now. Nothing outside of what the collaboration with the Gold Standard, Jaimel in October. Other than that, you can go to alexishornbuckle.com for all of your basketball needs. Also, X Hunger Tour coming up. It lasts through football season, and X Hunger's mission is to help end hunger in America. So y'all help me out as a head of the Knox City downtown X Hunger chapter. So help me out. Come show up. Come show out. We'll be at different food cities on Fridays. Let me make sure I don't lie to y'all. I'm sorry. Every Wednesday, Food City, and every Thursday are local restaurants. Every Friday, high school football games in at Barry's. And also August 27th and August 28th, you have the Second Bell Music Festival at Suttree Landing Park. Also September 12th at Lakeshore Park, you have New Ground Music Festival. So you have plenty of time to come out and support. Don't feel like you have to do it all in one weekend, but please come join the movement. Next, we have the Gold Standard Fitness and Sports Performance Training. Our girl Jaimel Johnson, based out of Atlanta, Georgia. Go get right, y'all. All ages. Doesn't matter where you're at. Just start. She's got you. Trust me. We've worked out together since college. And in the pandemic, we did so. And since I'm now lazy right now, I don't work out with her. But it's because I'm scared, y'all. Just Pass It Tutoring. I got Nelson Garcia based out in Miami, Florida, but you can find him on justpassittutoring.com where learning's made simple. That is for all of your kindergarten through 12th grade math, also PSAT, ACT, and SAT prep. Sorry, guys. Orange Mountain Designs. Your Lady Ball source is 2008. That's where we always get all of our official Lady Ball gear from our girl Terry Holder. Make sure y'all go and support. She has some really, really nice stuff up. Also, this weekend, you have your meet and greet autographs, basketball and softball explosion. Jordan Horston, Tamari Key, Ashley Rogers, and Kiki Malloy. Oh, that was the first time I did all of that.
What's up, y'all? It's Jordan Horston here. And Tamari Key. And we're excited to announce our NIL deal with Terry Holder at Orange Mountain Design.
Like you all have seen, we dropped a few shirts. We just want to thank y'all for supporting us. We really appreciate y'all. There's still a lot of shirts still out there. We signed all of them because we love y'all to death. So go get your shirts.
Go get your shirts at Orange Mountain Design.
Thank you.
Had the little young baby balls doing their little commercials. Y'all should have seen the takes though that it took. Also, Billy Ratliff Tap 40 Grill Sports Bar Experience. Guys, we're still focused on getting open September 2nd by the first football game. Stick with us. We will keep you updated. As like any new business, there have been a lot of curveballs, but God is good. There's a plan, and it will work out, and we will be the place to be. Okay?
Draya, how did Lex do with her radio voice? She really tries really hard.
I thought it was solid. Rock solid. Yep. There has to be there's got to be a difference between your, my friends call it my work voice. It's a little bit coming through right now, but you got to have a voice, you got to have a regular voice and then a work voice. I thought it was good. I give you a 7 out of 10, Lex.
7. Okay. I'm going to do my homework. In my defense, Saturday night ruined the vocal box. It's still
in my defense, I'm too old to be out and about, is what you're saying.
Thanks. I don't do that no more. It was fun while I left with a boy. I'm still regretting it a little bit.
Right. Yeah, she gave me the on the phone. Man, I ain't never drinking again. I was like, boy, I'd be a millionaire for every time I heard that.
Hey, you know what? Jessica, her and her husband, we met them finally face to face at the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame, and her husband, we're like, come on down to the house and because we lived down the street on Gay Street, Dre. So they come by, and they got to experience a little bit of Sandrita, but.
Oh man, I mean, hey,
bad news bears.
Bad news bears.
Yes, thank you. Our little babies is crazy today.
Crazy. He heard the door.
Jupiter.
Lex, you think it's time to put her in the hot seat, or we got a little bit longer?
What's the hot seat?
All right, what we're gonna do. Because I know we do have a big Lady Ball fan base, so I do want to give them a little something to satisfy their needs, which is y'all nosy. So, Dre, what is a Lady Ball? No, I'm saying the fans. What is a Lady Ball story that you can share with the audience in your 4 years? It has to be either embarrassing or like one of the toughest moments or the absolute funniest moments.
Man, I have so many. It's wild. Like, okay, embarrassing for me or embarrassing for someone else?
Ooh, it's you talking, you whatever story you feel like embarrassing somebody else. I'm on your for it.
I'll save that one. Let me think. I think, okay, so toughest one, and this still like hurts me when I think about it and when I go back to this arena. So we were playing LSU. It was my 4th year. I did have my 5th year, but I didn't take that. And then so it was my 4th year. And we were playing LSU. They stormed back. You know how, like, when Coach Caldwell gets her team going, shout out to Lady Balls. Obviously, she's not there anymore. She's with the Aces. But when she got them fired up and got them going, they were tough, like super tough. And we should have won that game. So it's like it's the 4th quarter. Seconds are winding down, and player shooting a free throw. Her name is literally escaping me right now, but I remember the moment like it was yesterday. Basically, long story short, the ball comes off the free throw line or comes off the rim. I'm like, I'm going to get the basketball because it looks like she was going to get it. And we were up. We had to be up 1. We were like, yeah, we were up 1. And so I'm going to get the ball. And in going to get the ball, I hit the LSU player. Like, my body hits hers. They call a foul. She makes both free throws, and we lose the game. And I'm sure fans remember this. And it was probably like we were already like in a point where we were pretty kind of struggling. And when I tell you, like, everybody on the team was obviously great. Like, my coaches were great. They were like, we shouldn't have been in that position. We should have had a bigger lead, blah, blah, blah. But when I tell you, like, going to practice the next couple of days and just like going to class the next couple of days, and my classmates probably didn't even watch the game, but like just feeling like I lost that game, that was so tough. Like, that is probably one of the worst feelings. And everybody says, it's not that one play but you feel like it's that one play. Like,
Well, of course, if it's a play that saves the game, they're going to talk about that one play.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. So that was probably a super tough moment for me. I think that was hard. My last year was tough, just pain wise. But like memories wise, the good outweighs the bad. Like, when all of us have a group chat, we have a group chat from the 13-14 season. And when we talk about like the Bahamas or Italy or like just so many things that I cannot talk about on this little show here, but the memories that we have, like, I look back on college and I'm like, man, like, we had a blast. Like, we really had a good time. Basketball aside, and even the basketball was great. Obviously, we didn't get as far as we wanted to, but when I think about the team and the bond and the friendships and the days where we hated our coaches, but you still look back and you're like, man, we really did it up in college. It was fun.
Alexis Hyder, is that her name?
No, it was her name starts with a J. She's a post player. It's gonna come to me. Just
Maria's about to spit these facts. Maria said missed 2 free throws before your foul. It is a team loss, and today Mercedes was in the White House to celebrate a WNBA title, and you are rocking an ESPN career. Life worked out for both of you.
But when I made that foul, we lost the game. It felt like life was over. It felt like life was like, oh my gosh. But yes, thank you. I appreciate that.
Jenna Deemer?
She fouled me, but that wasn't who I fouled. I fouled Let me see.
All right,
LSU.
she's looking it up, guys.
I'm gonna look it up.
By the way, Sandra, Jessica Gwen said she loved Chica. Oh, and me and you. And yes, David, her husband, was able to hang.
Who's first?
Chica, what do you mean?
No, I thought me.
Let's see.
Doris said, my daughter got in Hall of Fame of her school for when she got nominated with you in McDonald's All-American for nominations. With you, she was the first lady for nomination with her school, so she's in the Hall of Fame for Tays Valley High School. I'm so proud of her. She was the first lady to get it at Lenore and Tays Valley. I'm so excited and proud of her. Doris, congratulations to Candace.
Oh. You know what? It was Alexis Hyder. It was Alexis Hyder. Who said that? That was amazing. Who said it was? Oh, it was Maria. It was Alexis. Yeah.
Right. You know, Maria knows her stats.
All right, but well, Dre, one of the fans asked, can you give them one Pat memory, and then Boog, put her in the hot seat.
Yeah. So my first time talking to Pat. I was in 9th grade. I was super nervous. I had already had some offers. I got offered really early. Let's see here. So I talked to Pat. Well, my mom was like, hey, Pat, somebody wants you to call her, because they can't call us at the time and all that. She's like, Pat wants you to call her. I was like, I can't call her. I really can't. I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know what I'm going to do, blah, blah, blah. And my mom was like, you've got to call her. Tennessee's your dream school. This is who you want. This is who you've been waiting on. And so anyway, I called Pat, and I remember exactly where I was. I was at my sister's dance practice. My sister was on a dance team. I went into this empty dance studio to call Pat. And I'm in tears because y'all know I'm emotional. You two both know I'm really emotional. And so the fans might not know. Well, maybe they know. But the sun could be out, and I'd be like, it's so beautiful, and I'm going to cry. So I'm about to cry to talk to Pat. And so I call her, she answers the phone, and I say, mind you, I'm 14. I'm like, hey, Coach Summit, it's Andrea Carter. And she said, hey, player Andrea, you can just call me Pat. And so that was the first time that she ever just eased my nerves, made me super comfortable with her. Also, they played at the University of Georgia. I had already committed to Tennessee. I think I was a sophomore in high school. And I remember there was this long line in the arena, long line of Georgia fans, Tennessee fans, just everybody wanting Pat's autograph. And I remember the director of ops being like, Pat, we got to go. We've got to get out of here. And Pat was like, I'm not leaving until I sign everybody's autograph. Tell them to hold the plane. They'll be fine. Get the girls some food. I'm going to sign these autographs for everybody. Going to her house. I know you said one, but there's so many. Last one, I remember my freshman year when I tore my labrum and it just kept popping out. And finally we were like, all right, we just need to have a surgery. When we told the team that I wasn't going to be able to play the rest of this season, Pat was at the practice. We were all in the circle, and she had tears in her eyes and just pulled me close and was like, I'm sorry, kid. She felt for me in that moment. So the list goes on and on for Pat, obviously, but to know her was to love her for me. So I feel really lucky to have those memories.
Most definitely. Dope. Y'all didn't overlap, did you? Lex?
No, Lex is old.
That's a fact. Hey, I feel it now. I can't even deny it, for real.
No, but we did wear the same. We did wear the same number, so I tried to represent for Lex.
We held that down.
Yeah.
Okay, so Draya, hot seat. Basically, what's going to happen is I'm going to ask you two things, and you have to pick one or the other, or maybe a question. I don't know. First thing that comes to your mind. Okay, so it could be Lex or Jay. Simple.
Okay, we'll roll with it. Those were poor instructions, but we're
terrible. Thank you.
How is it terrible? What? Right, so I'm gonna put you in the hot seat. You got to say the first thing that comes to your mind. So okay. I might say favorite color.
Got it. Oh, I got it. Okay.
How was that bad?
That was a better example.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see here.
Let's get it.
We'll start with this one. Falcons or the Hawks?
Hawks.
Dirty Birds just can't get it. They just can't
They
break
just
through.
they cannot. It's devastating.
All right. Let's see. JJ Crickets or American Deli?
Ooh.
American Deli.
Lemon pepper or hot?
Honey, hot, lemon pepper. All three.
Honey, hot, lemon pepper. You had them.
So you get honey hot, and then get honey hot, and then at American Deli they have the lemon pepper seasoning. Put the lemon pepper seasoning on the honey hot.
See, I need the lemon pepper wet. I need it wet with mixed with the hot. His little bit.
Okay, you might be right.
Atlanta thing. All right. Let's see. Sideline or in the studio?
Studio.
Because you can cut up behind the camera. That's why.
You can cut up. There's a little more control in the studio. Like I'm watching and we get to pick kind of what we see and we line it up. And, studio, there's a little more control. Sideline, I don't know. I could be interviewing someone and they can be like, gotta go. And I'm just like, all right. Studio, there's an element of control that I appreciate in the studio.
All right. Running shoes or Jordans?
Running shoes.
Ooh.
What's your favorite running shoe?
So I'm not a super big shoe person. Like all of my friends that are like sneakerheads, like I have most of my shoes are white. Like I have white Huaraches, white Air Force Ones, white Adidas shoe. Like I just am super basic with my shoes. It's terrible. Everybody gives me a hard time. My favorite running shoes are the On Cloud shoes. You'll have to look them up. They're like a very specific, but I love them. Like I love them. I run in them. I think the furthest I ran once was 8 miles, but I'll do a lot of like 5 mile, 6 mile runs in them now. My knee can go straight. My knee cannot go sideways. So play too much defense. My knee, any lateral movements, my knee is like, no, but I can go straight. And the On Cloud running shoes are my favorite.
Yeah, see, that's why I asked, because I know you got bad knees. So I'm like,
I can go straight. Like sometimes if I'm running on a track, it'll start to hurt because the curve, like it's what the issue. I don't have a meniscus, so my bones on the like outside of my knee just hit. So playing defense, can't do that anymore. Everybody's like, you still hoop? I'm like, no, because I don't. So yeah, but going straight, I can run for days.
All right.
Favorite dish that Pat cooked?
You know what? I might. Does her ice cream count? Because that homemade ice cream.
That homemade ice cream was fire.
Oh my gosh. She made a peach homemade ice cream that was probably like, I haven't had ice cream better.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. I like the jalapeno corn though. That was always my favorite. I had to have it.
Her what?
Jalapeno corn. She ever made that for you?
Oh yes, the jalapeno corn is bomb.
Fire.
The fried green tomatoes.
Did you say brownies or fried green tomatoes?
Fried green tomatoes.
She said mine is the fried green tomatoes.
Oh.
Did you say brownies is the fried green tomatoes?
No, I thought she was asking me to pick between brownies and fried green tomatoes. And I was like, okay, I guess,
No, y'all all said Pat's favorite dish. So I was like, well, shoot. When we went to SEC, we would be at Pat's house. So I was like, oh, fried green tomatoes.
There we go. That's awesome. That's cool.
All right, Lex, you're up. I tap out.
Oh, man. Okay. Which arena did you hate to play in the most?
Probably Arkansas. I hated playing in Arkansas. Yeah, Arkansas.
Yeah, it did kind of suck there. I ain't really like going to Mississippi either.
Fast too.
Is it?
Oh my God, it was like this.
Really?
At one corner, it literally went like that. I'm like,
Wow. Wow. All right. So outside of Tennessee, what were your top 3 schools?
Tennessee, Georgia, and Connecticut.
Nice. How did you put Connecticut and Tennessee? How did they make it to your top 3, both of them, knowing the rivalry?
I know. So it was crazy because really Connecticut made it in because their coach Marissa Mosley, who's now at Wisconsin,
Mhm.
I had an amazing relationship with her. Like, just she talked to me. We talked all the time. I actually never ended up taking a visit. UConn, when I put thought into it, I was really close to my Nana. Most of the fans probably know she passed away while I was playing, but UConn ended up falling off because it was just too far. Like, my Nana wasn't going to be able to go to any of my games. SEC tournament was going to be in Duluth, which is close to my hometown. My Nana was going to watch me play at Tennessee. It just ended up being a real factor of distance that made it a lot easier to separate UConn and Tennessee. But I had some good friends that went to UConn, and I was so close. I actually just saw Coach Mosley in Augusta. She hugged my neck. We caught up. So my relationship with her, I was sad to have to tell her I wasn't going to play for her. Like, that's how close I was to her.
Yeah. That makes sense. That does make a lot of sense. Kathy Hunter said, offense or defense?
Defense.
Automatic.
Easy. Control it. You can control defense. Defense for me really became what I had to hang my hat on because I missed so many off seasons. So, like with my shoulder, with my knee, I had a couple of knee surgeries, and I feel like offense, you need repetitions to be confident. And I didn't get repetitions in the off season when I had surgeries. And so defense really became my thing. That was a good question.
That was a good question, Kathy. Thank you. Rachel said,
thanks.
Court is crazy. How did you feel playing at Vandy the very first time? Like, as a freshman, you're going, court is a little crazy.
Yeah, Vanderbilt was nerve-wracking.
I guess like seats are below like floor level.
Yes, the seats are below. It's like you're on a stage kind of, and then there's people like directly behind the baskets too, and your bench is far away. Like, you just feel kind of disconnected with your staff and your teammates. Like, it just feels like it almost feels like you're playing on an island. Yeah.
Ugliest country. All right, I feel that in-state rivalry.
Right. Listen, Josh, we just said it's different. We weren't gonna take it to the ugliest court in the country, but
right.
Yeah, Minnesota's set up like that too, or it was. I don't know if they still play on that court.
Oh yeah,
like that. It's a little different. I don't get the concept, but it is what it is. All right, so hold on, Joan, I'm about to try to say your name. Guggenheim.
Sorry.
Guggenheim.
There you go.
Yeah, I feel like I gotta say it like that. Anyway, so, Draya, I always appreciated you working with the deaf.
Oh, yes, thank you. Appreciate that.
Can you can sign, Draya?
I can, yeah. I need to practice, but I do have a little bit of sign language. Sign language knowledge.
What can you share with us?
Well, I guess the first thing would be I need to practice sign language. I forgot words, but I can finger spell. What's love? I would just say LOVE. This is basketball. Yeah, basketball. This coach. Yeah.
Was that coach?
Coach, just the C, not the dance.
See, this is why I can't do anything with her.
Maria, where's Sansa? So, just so everyone knows, Maria rehomed. Patches is my favorite of Maria's cats, and Maria is also the foster mother of my dog, Sansa.
She hears your voice. Come here. Look who hears your voice.
Oh my goodness, there she is. She's the
You hear
sweetest dog,
Andrea,
y'all.
don't you?
Oh my gosh, she's y'all. When I tell y'all this is the best dog, like she
is
the
an
sweetest.
angel. She is an
Yes.
absolute angel. Yes, you are.
Oh man, that's what's up. Real quick before we switch into our next segment, Draya, of course, everybody in here follows you, but for everybody that's watching that doesn't know where to follow you, where can they find you? What's your social media? Where can they find you on weekends? All that good stuff. So let the people know.
My Instagram and Twitter are the same. I do have an old Twitter account that was hacked, so I think it's Draya Carter. That's not me. Well, it was me, but it's not me anymore. Andrea_Carter is my Twitter, and my Instagram, Andrea_Carter. Saturdays, I will be on football fields. Wednesdays, I'll be on SEC Network at 7:00 p.m. I always try to post on my Instagram story what I have coming up, and I'm getting better at tweeting about it. So there we go.
Hey, so make sure everybody go follow our fellow lady boss. She's doing big things in the media. She's holding it down for the women in sports on that sideline. She's going to be taking on football. So, we got to keep her uplifted. So make sure y'all give her a follow, shout her out when you see her on TV. Because I'm good to be like, oh, look, I see you on the screen.
I know her.
Thanks, y'all.
But Draya, we appreciate you. And of course, many, many blessings. And we have our girl Maria in the building to talk about Women's Basketball Hall of Fame this weekend.
Andrea, you could get yourself in the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame as a broadcaster. So
goals. I will work on that.
You got another path in there. So it's good to see you. I'm not cutting my hair until the pandemic's over, so I have no idea how long it's going to get.
Let it flow.
But yeah, they asked me.
Maria. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks, right, Andrea.
Maria, let the people know number one, how well the induction went and how cool it was seeing everybody. I did get a chance to run into you, and next time you see me, I'll for sure have my mask on.
Yeah, I'm old enough to be your mama. I will smack you upside the head.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, listen, okay. I was raised old school. I can't do nothing but respect it.
In fact, I can barely see y'all. I had to get an eye exam today, and they dilated my pupils, and I'm like, then I had to drive home. I'm like, where am I going? So anyway, I do see y'all. Women's Basketball Hall of Fame induction weekend was incredible. The great Tamika Catchings, of course, inducted into Women's Basketball Hall of Fame, and Holly Warlick presented her. So it was and Mickey DeMoss was there. Kristen Ace Clement was there. Samika Randall was there. Her high school coach was there. It was an incredible evening. The best part was that we got it compressed into a 2-hour event, which you have to do for television. And ESPN streamed it live, and then they re-showed it Sunday night on ESPNU. And our next goal is for this to be broadcast live on a bigger ESPN channel when the event happened. So it went really well. We've got a lot of great feedback. The inductees say they loved it. The after party, of course, was great. I tell people that's the best part of the whole event, because now everybody's relaxed. They've gotten through the ceremony and they're just having fun, and food everywhere and literally everywhere. There's food set up in every room of the Hall of Fame, and free moonshine and beer and wine. And
no wonder legs.
Listen, I left with 2 cases of beer. 2.
Oh my gosh. That's what happened. Okay. It's all coming together. Thank you, Maria.
I had to stay sober because my day started at 8 a.m. at the board meeting Saturday. So then I was doing social media. So I think I had 2 beers. By the time I ran into you, I was so tired. I was headed home. That was 11 o'clock. You were just starting the evening. And I'm like, I am going home, taking a shower and going to bed.
Yep. That's about right. That is about right.
But I don't want to leave out the other inductees. Debbie Brock, point guard at the great Delta State. She told the funny story in her induction about playing against Tennessee, and they bumped her and hit her and knocked her down and stole the ball. And the great Lucia Harris grabbed her jersey by a fistful and told her, "You're going to break that press." And Delta State went on to beat Tennessee in overtime. Carol Cowan, USA basketball. She was inducted into the Hall of Fame. Swin Cash played at UConn, outstanding player. She told a funny story at the media part about her two schools came down to Tennessee and UConn. And her mama loved Pat. And when she told her mama, "I'm going to UConn," she said, my mama looked at me. She goes, "Well, you're the one that's got to call Pat and tell her." So she goes, "Mama, don't make me do it." And she goes, "You're doing it. I'm not calling Pat. You are." And she also said that she would cross paths with Pat later in her career. And every time Pat asked, "How's your mama doing?" So that's how Pat treated a player that didn't even come to Tennessee. And she was on the team that after Tennessee got lost to UConn that year, they played so well, Pat asked to speak to the team, and they looked up and Pat was coming in their locker room, and they said their mouths just fell open. I mean, they were just like, "Oh my God, it's Pat Summitt." So it was a great night. Jessica said she actually thanked Pat before any other coach. She did. She did. I mean, she and Tamika have a wonderful close friendship, and they were sparring at each other a bit because if you watch the induction, she said, practices were harder than games. Sorry about that, Tamika. And, but I think Tamika got her back later by singing Rocky Top. So obviously the great Tamika Catchings inducted in the Hall, just one of the outstanding Lady Vols, and everybody knows what she's done at college, professionally, with her businesses, her philanthropy. Sue Donahoe, that was a very sad situation. She died of a ongoing illness, but it was a surprise, and she would have been there. She died shortly after we had to cancel a year ago because of the pandemic and pushed the class of 2020 to 2021. And her sister, Catherine Staggs, was there to represent her, and that was a pretty emotional moment when she said, "Thank you for inducting my sister." So there's always those moments that just sort of catch your heart. The great Lauren Jackson from Australia, Olympian WNBA player, she could not make it because of travel restrictions out of Australia. So Lynn Dunn presented her. Carol Stiff, 30 years at ESPN. She's the reason why the game is on television. She fought and fought and fought for that. She also was the one who made sure to call Pat to start the Tennessee UConn series. That was credit to Carol Stiff. And then David Stern was also inducted posthumously. His son represented him, Eric Stern. His support as NBA commissioner of the WNBA, despite a lot of opposition from other owners not wanting to do this. Why do you care about women's sports? He advocated for the WNBA, kept pushing it, and obviously the WNBA just reached its 25th anniversary. It was a place where Alexis could go play after college, obviously win WNBA championship right out of college right out of a national championship at Tennessee. So David Stern means a whole lot to women's basketball. And it was just a great event. And we hope to move back to the regular second Saturday in June in 2022. The finalists will be announced in January for that class. And so go ahead and start making plans. Alexis, that's easy. You just got to take a little trolley and you'll be there.
Yep.
Right.
Jaimel, you weren't here this weekend, were you?
No, I couldn't make it, but
I got to get you up next time. So the after party is where you want to be.
Yeah,
that's the spot.
No,
and the hall itself, the Tennessee Theater is gorgeous. I mean, it's a beautiful venue. So it was a great weekend, and thank you to everybody who came out and supported. Volunteers, it would not run without volunteers. Absolutely no way.
Yeah. Dang, Maria, I felt like I was in the building with that recap you just had. But no,
I tried to get ready. Y'all told me, I'm like, all right, I got to get ready. I got to know what I'm going to say.
But of course, Carter, with the shout out to you, Maria, for everything you do. It really is amazing. You are awesome. You're everywhere, and just, everything that you do and your support for women's sports across the board is really awesome. So definitely thank you, Maria. Lex, how was your experience at the
Short and sweet. But it was sweet. The food, there was so much food. So much food. But Maria's is not over exaggerating when almost every room had a different type of cuisine.
Yeah, so, taco bar and all the sides and sliders and macaroni and cheese and salad and fruit and all the stuff, where people carve and real food. If you want to, you could have a full dinner there. There was blackberry cobbler. There was
they had cobbler.
Yeah, there was cobbler dessert up on the top part. I found the cobbler right away, man. I was like, I'm starting with dessert.
The pasta, the main entry on that part.
The cobbler was on the back above the court, the playing courts on the right, near where the big All-American Redheads car is. And there was macaroni for days. I think I ate my weight in macaroni. It was, and then 3 different, and the beer they had the nobody wants to stand in line forever to get a drink, and there were spaced out bars. I mean, tons of water. I mean, free water, and it was, the alcohol was free too because it was donated. So thank you to everybody who did that. So it was a lot of fun, and so please make it. I saw a question about Commissioner Cup game. That's a thought that Michelle Vopel floated, where you hold that WNBA Commissioner Cup game in Knoxville to time it to the Hall of Fame. The timing won't work the way it's set up now. The second Saturday in June is too soon. The WNBA will not have played enough games to set it, but it's certainly something we're talking about to somehow get a WNBA game tied into the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. So
yeah, that'd be cool.
I know we got to wrap it up, so I think that's all I got about the weekend.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much, Maria, for taking the time to hop on and give us that recap of such an awesome weekend for women's basketball. Of course, anytime there's a Lady Vol inducted, it's a huge celebration. But definitely thank you for all of that, and looking forward to what, Lex?
Kelly Kane
in the building.
Kelly Kane.
Man, we just got Lady Vols all over the place today. But
we got my queen over here.
Hey, mama.
Oh, that's my mama.
If you want to bless us with, we'll do that on another episode.
An A and B selection.
We'll have you take us out with the benediction. But no, we will.
Maria.
Hey, Quan, are we all getting saved here in a minute? Do I need to hang around?
Yes, it's for everybody.
Okay.
Oh yes, thank you, Jessica. Quick shout out to Lady Vol Soccer with that 2-win weekend to open up the season this weekend. I think we won 6-0 and 2-0. So we getting there. But thank you guys for tuning in today. The interaction was crazy. We love you guys. Shout out to all of our sponsors, Orange Mountain Designs, The Gold Standard, Just Past Tutor, and of course, Alexis Hornbuckle Basketball and Billy Ratliff's Tap 40 Grill. Thank you guys, Maria, once again. Thank you, Lex. Take us out.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Your favorite place to be every Monday night, 7 p.m. on the Volunteer Roadshow. Remember, you can check it out live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or any of your audio podcasting listening. And I can't think of what I wanted to say. Platforms. Yes, book. That's why you my best friend. But make sure you press the thumbs up. Make sure you press the like. But most importantly, make sure you share. And until next time, go Lady Balls, and remember, be unfiltered in your truth.